The only difference is, Mr. Speaker,
With 1 week remaining before the start of the legislative spring break, lawmakers spent a majority of their time on the House floor discussing legislation. Lawmakers put their final stamp of approval on legislation intended to help cancer patients. Senate Bill 668 makes it illegal for an insurance company to charge a higher out-of-pocket cost for oral chemotherapy treatment than it does for injected or IV treatments. Since 2007, 28 states have passed similar legislation.
We need to give them to access to all medication, whether it's the IV or the oral, and this just levels the playing field and gives parity to both treatments.
The Missouri House sent the legislation to the governor's desk with more than 145 yes votes. If the governor signs the bill into law, the insurance requirement would take effect January 1st, 2015.
And I'm happy to accept it, and I hope the body will agree with me.
The Missouri
Thank you,
House
Mr. Speaker.
sent the Missouri Senate its comprehensive economic development package for 2014. House Bill 1501 contains several provisions intended to attract new jobs to Missouri. The legislation also limits the tax credits available for low-income housing and certified historic buildings. Most lawmakers support the job-creating efforts in the legislation, but the tax credit caps have created heartburn for several lawmakers.
Historic and low income has been cut dramatically. While I do agree that there needs to be some cut over the past year, the historic and the low income has worked and has agreed to some small changes, but in this bill I think that it has been reduced way too low.
Last year, a similar legislative proposal died in the Senate during the final day of the legislative session.
Now, some people are worried that some of the caps might go down and the Senate will decimate the caps. I'll tell you what, I can personally guarantee that if the caps on the tax credits come back decimated, the deal's off.
The House passed the proposal with more than 95 yes votes and sent the legislation to the Senate for consideration. Rounding out the week, the Missouri House welcomed the University of Missouri football team to the state capitol. Head coach Gary Pinkel and several members of the team met with lawmakers following their 12-2 season to talk all things black and gold. Reporting from the state capitol, I'm Jonathan Lorenz.